Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Gina and I upload new shuffle dance lessons every week to my YouTube page. So if that sounds like of any interest to you, then go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on lessons just like this one. So in today's session, we're going to be looking at how to do a 3-point glide, and that looks like this. Okay, so let's get into it. Before we get started, you're probably wondering what all this white stuff is below my feet. It is baby powder. So I've put that there to create less friction between my feet and the floor. So while we're learning this move, while we're practicing this move, we want to make sure we have the least amount of friction possible so it's easier for us to understand how the move works. So if you've got a pair of trainers on and they feel like they're really sticking to the ground, I would suggest changing them for something with a much smoother base. Or if you're on a wooden floor, do what I've done, apply some baby powder. Or alternatively, you can just practice in your socks on a wooden floor. So to get started, we're gonna do some drills. Okay, so the first one is switching between legs and just really working this bent knee position, okay? So what I'm doing here every time is I'm anchoring my foot to the floor, okay? And I'm keeping that shape in my leg, the bent knee shape. I am pressing my toes down and I'm really raising my heel up as high as I can. Okay, because this is gonna be the base for my glide. This is where all the strength is gonna come from. So really paying attention to my leg that is in control, because this leg needs to stay in place as the other foot moves and glides forward and back. So the stronger position we've got in our dominant leg, the easier and smoother the glide is gonna be. Okay, so go ahead and just play with switching legs. For now, we're just gonna bring one foot forward, switch, push the other one back. Bring it forward, switch, and push back, okay? So what happens here is we mostly keep the weight in the knee that's bent. So in our dominant leg, think of it sort of like as a tree trunk, like it's rooted down to the ground, or I like to imagine it being anchored, okay? And the foot that we're dragging is light, okay? And when we drag, you can see I'm actually either pushing off to the side of my foot and I'm dragging in on the side of my foot. So it's never just from the heel or a flat foot that becomes way too difficult and creates too much friction. You want to keep it smooth and rather push out on the side, okay? Keeping a nice, light and easy movement. So just playing with this here, getting used to switching from leg to leg, okay? And back. Okay, so let's play around with this move. What we're gonna do, okay, I'm going to choose my dominant leg and I'm going to press into the ground, really lifting up my heel. Then I'm gonna push, gently slide my other foot back. As you can see, my weight is still in my dominant leg. And then I'm gonna change the positioning of my body as I switch dominant legs. See that? So I've gone from here to here. Okay, putting the weight in my anchored foot, I'm going to pull my other leg in and switch. Okay, so let's try that again. Starting here, we're gonna anchor a foot. We're gonna gently push back, not too far back, about hip distance. Change the orientation of our body, switch sides, and we're going to pull in. We'll try that again. I'm gonna switch, okay? So flattening one foot, lifting the other, and we're gonna push, okay? Pushing on the side of the foot. See how my foot's already half turning? It makes it easier for me to switch and change direction, okay? And pull in. So I like to imagine this move as a leader and a chaser. Switch. One leads, switch, the other one chases. Okay, and you've got to keep switching between anchor points so that you can pull, switch, and push. Okay, and so now we're gonna be doing this in 3 points. Don't feel like it has to be in any specific order or has to go to any specific side. Just kind of freely work with this movement, but I want you to move in 3 points as if you're creating a triangle. So I'm gonna move to 1 point, push to a second, bring it back to a third. Okay, and so now I'm starting to paint what looks like a bit of a triangle, and actually I can start to see it on the powder as I push and pull. Okay, so now really emphasize making this leg look strong. So bending the knee, okay? There should be a lot of strength in this leg. So I'm actually flexing here into my calf, and I am exaggerating the feeling of my muscles so that I feel strong in this position, and I switch. My other leg now becomes dominant, and I push and I pull. Okay, so just keep playing with this. Play, play. So we're gonna do it together. We're gonna switch, pull, okay? Switch, push, switch, pull, switch, push, switch, pull, switch, push, switch, pull, switch, push, switch, pull, switch, push. Now we really want to emphasize here again, having one heel lifted and the other foot flattened. This is what's going to create that illusion of floating across the floor. Okay. See how I extend one leg? I really stretch it out while I keep the other one in this bend position. So I'm lifting and I'm bending, okay? I'm not down here, I'm really up here. And this is what you have to do when you have shoes that don't necessarily have the thickest platform. So these, for example, don't have very thick platforms. If I were to try and go on my toe, it would just bend, okay? So I would need to then push off my toe rather than on the tip of the sole. But if you've got shoes that have thicker platforms, Vans, Air Force, it does make it a bit easier to get that extra height, but you don't always need it. So coming back, push, pull. So you can also do this in 2 points, 1 and 2 instead of 3. I just find 3 is a little bit easier because I feel like you've got to go shorter distances, where 2 you've got to fully turn. It's up to you, it's all preference really, but just know you've got options where you can go in 3 points and in 2. Okay, so let's try and make this movement a little bit smoother and more fluid. Okay, so we're gonna make the switch and pull more unified. So we're gonna push out, switch and pull, push out, switch and pull, push out, switch and pull. So the minute I switch, I bring my weight immediately over this foot to gain control to pull me back in. Okay, and now the weight's here, push out, switch and pull, push out, switch and pull, push out, switch and pull. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit faster. We're gonna switch, push, pull, switch, push, pull, switch, push, pull, switch, push, pull, switch, push, pull. As you get more comfortable with this, you can start to play with the texture underneath your feet. I really like to emphasize that pull feeling. See how I'm extending my leg into the ground and exaggerating this foot as I pull it in. It really gives it that nice, strong look to it that creates that floating effect. So exaggerating the look, okay? And when I drag, I'm dragging without friction because I'm doing it, see, I'm more on the side of my foot. My foot appears to be flat, but I'm actually pulling on the edge of it. So my foot's not completely flat on the floor, but it appears to be. I'm not doing that, okay? So let's avoid having our foot up. It is still flat, but more of the focus is around the big toe and vertically through the foot from the top of the big toe to the heel. That's where I'm pulling. So let's try this out to some music. We want to hit the beat. So we'd go beat, switch, beat, switch, beat. Okay, I'm gonna put a song on. I'm just gonna feel it out. Great, so let's have a look at a few ways you can get in and out of glides, because ultimately it's something you want to add to your flow. So we're going to have a look at how we can incorporate it with T-step and your running man. So let's have a look at T-step first. Let's say you're going in a few T-step variations, right? And from here, so this is quite important, as you lift up your foot, see that? You want to angle your toes in the same direction. And from here, I can then plant and anchor my foot. So I'm gonna wanna do that just by my heel or just behind my leg that I wanna drag back, okay? And really put an emphasis on it then and push to where I want it. See how I push it out to the side? It's gone halfway, which makes it easier to turn. And then I can start off my glide sequence. So let's try that, okay? We're gonna go T-step, 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 lift, pin it back, push, pull, push, pull. Okay, another way we can do it is with our running man. So running man, this is nice and simple because it's just a step over. So I'm gonna come up as if I'm gonna go into a running man. And all I have to do here is step, putting all of my weight onto that first drop. And then I'm gonna push down into my toe and I'm going to slide it back. So let's try that again. We're gonna go running man, running man, running man, running man, drop, push and back. One more time. Running man, running man, running man, drop, anchor, push back, pull, push, pull, push and pull. Okay, so you've got two ways to get into it. How to get out of it now? Right, so let's say we're in our flow, okay, push, and now as I pull in, I'm gonna do a little kick forward, see that? So I'm gonna come, shoop, and my heel that's up is just gonna drop straight down. So from showing you from the side, as I pull in, it just drops straight down. So this leg takes all of my weight, my foot's flat, so I'm secure. I can then pick up my leg and go into running man. So that would look like something like this. Pull, push, swoop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. One more way to come out of it, nice and easy, just a spin. So let's say we're in our glide flow, okay? And then as I bring my foot forward, I'm just going to push off this leg, push and spin, okay? So I was on my toe here, I pulled in, and I'm just going to push, lift, spin, okay? Just pushing off of it to give me that boom, that momentum to just pop off as I bring my foot forward, pop off, boom, boom, boom. Okay, ultimately you can use any way to get out of it. You can even just jump out of it. For example, you're here, push, you can just jump and then go into something else. Jumps are always a safe one. You can even start with the jump. So you could just be stood, the song drops and you're ready to go. Jump into that forward step where your weight's at the front and then you push back to anchor and then you begin your gliding sequence. Okay, so let's give this a go. I'm gonna put the song on and I want you just to groove with it, see where it fits in, maybe try a few new things, see how it feels. Also keeping in mind, you don't always have to do 3 points. You can just do 2. You can even just do 1, okay? So it doesn't always have to be 3. Play with the number of glides. Try just doing 1 glide. Maybe you wanna kick out of it, okay? Try 2 points, boom, boom. And then play with your 3. Okay, so you've got options here. Play around, see what feels good. Okay guys, and there you have it, how to incorporate glides into your running man T-step flow. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. Also let me know if there's tutorials you would like to see, because I'm out here making these tutorials for you guys to help you level up and learn some new skills. So if there's anything that you'd like me to teach, then please go ahead and mention it in the comment section below. So until next time, don't forget to give my channel a like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on free content just like this. All right, see you guys later. Bye.